Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is Rudy. You're watching Alpha Investments. Today we have a market update on some of the other card games, and today we're talking about Sorcery. And now that we've seen the release of Arthurian Legends, we want to, how's it holding up? How they doing? Arthurian Legends! Oh yeah, headphone warning. So as of the filming this video, we have Sorcery with their first expansion set, Arthurian Legends, sitting actually not bad. About 128 plus tax and TCG player. So about 140 shipped with taxes on TCG player. And wow, good sell-through rate too. Still moving, looks like 5, 10, 20, sometimes 30, 40 boxes a day between boxes and cases total. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. Now, the million-dollar question is, how's it going to hold up as we move through the world-famous Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Stepsister Tuesday, and Rudy Repair Your House Wednesday? I think the thing that Sorcery has going for it right now, ladies and gentlemen, is I think it's the singles. The most boxes, yes, there's a good sell-through rate of the sealed product, but it's the singles. If you look at Arthurian Legends single cards, the actual uniques and the elites, and the amount of people that actually collect full sets of Sorcery is a very fascinating thing. I've seen that with Flesh and Blood too, where there's actually people who like to collect like master sets and complete sets. And that's a really big thing with Sorcery because of the art and, of course, the foils and the two-sidedness and kind of how some of the foils really look. Some card games, the foil or the hollow, it adds to the card, but like you've seen in Magic, sometimes the foiling and hollowing doesn't do shit to the card. And sometimes it makes the art look even worse and you can't make it out. But Sorcery, the hollow and the foiling of it, it really amplifies some of the cards. They pop. And if you haven't learned by now, trying to get a complete set of foil Sorcery cards, especially the size of their sets, holy smokes. And then some of you out there, Rudy, I'm going to collect a complete set. I want to have a complete set of all the curios from like the beta sets, the alpha set, and the Arthurian Legend. I'm sorry, what? You're going to collect all the curios? Do you understand? Like, that's one of the things that you have the playability of the game itself. You have the people who want to collect complete sets. You have the people, you have the Rudy Timmies and everything who like to have sealed boxes, especially how beautiful they are. And then you have people who want to have these curios. So the curio angle is a very fascinating play for Sorcery because they are so rare. You know, one in maybe 50 boxes, one every 100, depending where you are and how your luck is. Some people have gotten it by opening one box or a case. But they feel like it's maybe one in every 50 to 100 boxes. They're pretty flippin' rare, okay? But the thing is, the elites and the uniques hold such demand. Like, the pricing of the singles has been really surprising. Because everybody thought being a smaller Sorcery set with an increased print run, that the singles were going to erode down and we were going to see box prices kind of collapse and break the world-famous $100, $110. And everybody was afraid of breaking that 100, that psychological level, because once you break 100, that means selling them online and paying shipping and fees. Stores, everything starts swinging to losses. Then you start running into problems, and things start getting very shaky. Then, depending, it can accelerate downwards as fear and emotion take over. But at the same time, now that we've had release, now we've had plus 30, 60, 90 days, and we're looking at everything and we're going, okay, release plus, where are we at, about 45 days maybe? Okay, so we've had release come and go. The box prices are hovering around MSRP. You know, that's a big deal now, right? That's all everybody cares about. But if these boxes can hold that 130 to 150 range online, they don't have to skyrocket. Nobody's really looking for that. But we don't want them to collapse. It needs to stay stable for the card values, the single cards, the secondary market. If the game piece army takes over and goes crazy and attacks the company and demands endless reprints and restocks until it just, well, topples over, then you have situations like the new Star Wars set, Star Wars Unlimited. That's yikes. Like, yikes. You have situations where Lorcana has some of their sets on Amazon that were being dumped like below the store and wholesale costs, and it just caused problems. And then you had things like, you know what, One Piece had some of theirs, everybody was upset, so they reprinted a ton of One Piece. And now they stopped because they went, oh crap, this is not good. So you have these things where the companies think they're doing the right thing, but then all of a sudden they realize that, well, listening to those squeaky wheels and listening to the small group of people that are the most vocal is maybe not the best course of action. So that means so far it looks really good. They've done better than everybody expected. The prices have held up better. And I believe the reason the box prices are holding up is not actually because of the print run, not actually because of the box itself or how pretty it is. I don't even think it's the curios. The Holy Grail, the curio. I don't think it's all the knights, and I don't think it's that. I actually believe it's the regular uniques and elites and the sell-through rate and the fact that the normal rares or mythics or majets, whatever you want to call it, just the fact the elites and uniques are still having demand and they're having value and they're liquid and they're selling on daily and regular bases. And because of that, it's keeping that safety net of stability. If all the rares and all the uniques and elites and even exceptionals, there's always going to be some exceptionals that sell good. But if all these cards, like they're so easy to get, nobody wanted them, and the only value in the box was a curio, you'd have a big problem. You have a big problem, because now you have a situation where you open a box, the whole box is worth nothing unless you hit $1,000 card. That's really dangerous. So right now, Sorcery, I got to give them credit again. I told you I'd make a follow-up video after about 30 plus days of release, and everybody had their stuff, and I want to see what happened. And I have to admit, it looks good. They did a good job. There was a lot of paranoia, a lot of concerns on the smaller box size, the increased print run size, the smaller set size, the single cards, the new curio. There was so much, I don't want to say FOMO, but fear and just FUD, I guess. There was just so many people being negative and looking for reasons. Because again, new companies, they have a higher chance of failing. That's just what it is. It doesn't matter what company, it's a mathematical situation where probability of failure increases higher and higher the newer the company is. Every time the company releases a set, the probability of failure, it drops. The numbers readjust, and the company gets more established, and they get better at what they do. And that's just how the card world works. But right now, it's going to be interesting now over the next 90 days into 2025 as we continue to see this incredibly strong bull market being led by Magic and Pokemon, the big two. It's going to be interesting to see how Sorcery, assuming they stick to their one set a year, how this is going to hold up with an expansion set that's smaller. And of course, everybody wants to know, are they going to keep reprinting Beta and Arthurian Legends? Are they going to keep doing it? If the price on Arthurian Legends goes from 130, if it goes to 140, 150, is that their green light to punch out another 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 boxes? Nobody has the answer to that. I have no idea. That's going to be up to the company. In my opinion, I don't think so. I believe the company pays too much attention, and they keep an eye on it. They're checking their own stuff. And again, most of these companies, remember that. It doesn't matter how big or small you are. These companies keep an eye on their product. If you think all these CCGs, these dumbass game people who screech on social media, these companies and the management who runs them across the board, all the way up to fucking Yu-Gi-Oh!, Konami, to Pokemon and Magic, even companies of that caliber, I assure you, they are checking eBay and TCG Player of their own product on every single set. All the way down to brand new Kickstarter games that aren't even released yet. All the way to Sorcery, okay? These companies, and trust me, because the people who run them at that level are very passionate. And they're obsessed with it. It's their passion. It's their project. I assure you, they are checking their own prices. They are aware of what cards are valued at what, and they are aware of what the boxes are and how many are selling. Trust me. So the idea that people online are acting like it doesn't matter is just not true. Hope that helps, guys.